Chapter 2. The President of a Trapped World. If Peter Hawthorne felt the weight of 1 trillion eyes, he did not show it. He stood straight, shoulders squared, the flag at his back. His suit was a simple, deep blue. His tie was red. The small pin at his lapel matched the colors behind him: red, white, and blue. "I understand," he said, "that for many of you, Earth is a story you tell your children, a cautionary tale about a species that burned too bright and too fast and destroyed itself. We didn't." The words were simple. The way he said them made them feel heavier than any artillery. "Centuries ago," Hawthorne continued, "something appeared at the edge of our system. We call it the inverted horizon. It trapped us. We don't know if it was summoned, triggered, or just arrived. What we know is that every signal we sent out hit that boundary and fell back in on us. We were cut off. To you, we went silent." He lifted a hand slightly, as if steadying the galaxy like a patient. "But the horizon did something we did not expect," he said. "While it blocked our voices, it distorted and refracted yours. Over decades, then centuries, we began to hear you. Fragments, echoes. We learned your languages. We studied your art, your politics, your mistakes, your brilliance." On distant worlds, linguists and cultural analysts stared in shock. The human was quoting idioms from species that had only joined the Council 100 years ago. "From behind that wall," Hawthorne said, "we watched you argue, negotiate, explore. We watched you build fleets and treaties. We watched you pretend you were alone in your maturity." For an instant, there was a flicker of something like humor in his eyes. "And," he added, "from that prison, we watched something else." The background behind him shifted. The flag remained, but the wall became a window, a three-dimensional projection of deep space. Galaxies hung in the dark, spirals, ellipses, dazzling clusters of light. Then slowly one of them dimmed. Not in the way a star dies, with brilliant defiance and then embers. This was more like ink spreading from the center out, swallowing light, erasing definition. The spiral faded into a gray smear and then into nothing at all. "We don't know what it calls itself," Hawthorne said quietly. "We don't know if it's alive in any way we understand. We only know what it does." Another galaxy dimmed. Another. A path across the deep like a wound. "It erases life," he said. "Every sign of it. Worlds, biospheres, the fragile webs that took billions of your years to form. Stars burn and the story vanishes." He let the image hang there. It was not a threat. It was simply a fact. "We had to call it something," Hawthorne went on. "We call it the Purge." On worlds that had never heard human language spoken live, the translation hit like a physical blow. The Purge. The word settled into lexicons and would never leave. "While we were trapped," Hawthorne said, "we did what humans do. We argued. We panicked. We made terrible decisions. Then we corrected them. We unified more than we ever had. We poured everything we had into understanding the horizon that caged us and the purge that was stalking the dark. We could not warn you, but we could prepare." Behind him, the image changed again. Now it was a lattice of light spanning a rough map of the Milky Way. Not physical, not yet, but imagined. Lines connecting systems, nodes where those lines met, pulses of radiance rippling through them. "This," Hawthorne said, "is our best answer so far. We call it the Union Field. It is not a weapon, not in the traditional sense. It is a network, a pattern, a way to saturate the galaxy with the one thing the Purge cannot erase as easily as it erases life: the potential for more of it. To build it, we need nodes, thousands, millions, more than any one world can make." He looked directly into the feed, into Keth's eyes, into the eyes of every council representative watching from their seats. "We also needed a way to talk to all of you," he said, "to share what we have learned, to listen, to coordinate. So we built something else. Another image bloomed behind him, this one less abstract. It looked, to many watching, like a digital amphitheater. Countless channels of conversation braided together, streams of text in sound and symbol folding over each other without quite colliding. "We call it Union Hall," Hawthorne said. "It is not a council chamber. It is not gated by rank or species. If you can access it, you can speak, you can learn, you can build. No government authorization is required." On dozens of worlds, ministers and security officials sat forward, eyes narrowing. "You will find schematics there," he continued. "Data, field equations, material substitutions for worlds that do not share our chemistry. Notes on what we think works and what definitely doesn't. We are not claiming to be infallible. We are claiming to be determined." He paused, then gave a small, almost weary smile. "Now," he said, "to the fleet currently orbiting our home." On Keth's bridge, every officer stiffened. "You have been firing on our stations," Hawthorne said. "You have caused cosmetic damage, including several unfortunately charred murals, and some paint flaking we now have to clean. My administrator," he glanced off to one side as if at someone in the room, "has filed more complaints in the last hour than I care to read." Morgan Hale, watching from Argus, snorted. "You have asked for our surrender," Hawthorne said. "We will not surrender. Not because we think we can crush you, not because we need to prove anything, because we do not have time to waste on that game." He lifted his chin. "You are free to stay," he said. "You are free to leave. You are free to access Union Hall and see our work for yourselves. But if you continue firing on our stations, I must insist that you stop. Our patience is high, but it has its limits. My administrator will have no choice but to seize your ships if she deems you a security risk." Morgan stood watching the broadcast from her office in Argus Station, arms crossed, data pad in hand, and gave an approving nod. On Keth's bridge, the crew stared at each other in disbelief. "My fellow citizens of the Milky Way," Hawthorne said, returning to the broader audience, "you do not know us. You have heard stories, and then you heard nothing. We, however, know you. We have watched you long enough to believe that you are capable of more than you think. We cannot stop the purge alone. We can slow it, but to stop it, to push it back, to keep the story of this galaxy from being erased, we need you. Not your permission, not your flags, your hands, your minds, your hearts, your stubbornness." He let the last word hang there. Every translator fed back different equivalents: resolve, refusal, grit, faith. "We have opened the door," he said. "Union Hall is live. The Union field can be built. The choice is yours." He bowed his head once, a small, formal nod, and stepped back. The flag remained for a heartbeat in the frame. Then the feeds went dark.